It's really funny because the whole top row is up and the whole top row is down. So this is telling me that on the outside, this is how you want to appear socially to other people, but this is how you're feeling on the inside, not what you're not telling a lot of people. So this first card says, Sonia, don't live to 94 without founding an art movement. The practical should also be an art. Does your geometry lack poetry? I think this means you're involving yourself in crowds that talk about culture, either art gallery crowds or things where people are involved in museums or shows or things like that. And I think it's just dawning on you at the moment that you've never really been philanthropic, or maybe you're feeling you haven't been philanthropic enough where you've actually helped with some sort of creative movement. I think because this card is in the upright position of how you want to show yourself to the outside world, it doesn't mean it's necessarily genuine, but you're thinking that by doing this, it's going to make you look better. I hope you do it. This is the next artist, Jeff. The future is big, bright, and shiny. Your balloon can pop, but your pop can balloon. Learn the difference between camp and kitsch. So here's some homework for you. I actually want you to look up those two words because I'm not telling you what they mean. It says learn the difference between camp and kitsch. So I want you to look that up. And, I think this is also how you're trying to perceive to the world and talk, saying, you probably talk a lot about your ideas in order to get some social approval or to feel good. By letting people on the outside know your ideas and getting validation from people socially, I think makes you feel like you're on the right path. But again, your pop can balloon, so don't talk too big. Otherwise, people might not be telling you how they may be perceiving you, which is not as great as you may be trying to show. Here he is all shiny, looking great. Like, look, I've got all these creative ideas. I'm awesome, he says again. He's got his hand up, trying to look all dapper. He keeps wearing these nice outfits. Or she. Theory makes perfect. Practice makes problems. Sign your name in concrete. Go big or go home. I think this is definitely you trying to talk a big game out there in the world with your friends or the crowds that you're with. But, I think you're one also to preach to other people of how to do things or what to do. But I think you actually need to do it yourself as well. So this is another way you're showing up in the world, outside world, at your parties and things. But I think this is how you're feeling inside. So this card upside down is Ralph Lauren. You don't have to ride a horse to be in the polo team. Dress for your Oscar moment. Always go for the gold. I think you wish you felt this way, but you don't. I think you wish you had the appearance of class, wealth, opulence, and also in the top 1% Oscar moment. Obviously, a lot of people don't win Oscars. You wish you were this, but you don't feel this way. So I think you're compensating here by talking up a lot of culture or trying to say that you're going to be involved in because you think it's going to make up for this lack. The second one is Bill Cunningham. What would the camera say? Oof. Beauty can be found on any street corner. Don't seek approval and you will find it. So I think because this is upside down, it actually feels like a gut punch to me where if you literally today stood in front of the mirror with no one else there and just really looked at yourself, I think it would be difficult. And I don't even think you want to. This card is upside down. If the card was up, you would be down for the self-reflection. And however hard it may be, I think you'd be courageous, but you don't want to even look. You just want to keep pretending here that everything's bright and shiny and great. But you better not talk too much because I think people, this is how you really are. If you talk too much, it's not going to work. It's going to pop. And maybe actually know what you're talking about too, because I think underneath you're really scared that you don't know what you're talking about. So if you had the courage to do that, I think you would get a lot more respect, like Bill. So that's kind of interesting. And then the last one, where you are upside down again, Sam McKnight. Imagine there's a wind machine. Be a big tease. Find excitement in the unexpected. This is upside down again too. Maybe this is how you used to be, but you're not like that anymore. I think you've sort of come to a place where, again, you're wanting to feel like you know the answers, and you want to know that you're doing right, but you really got to live up to the words that you've said now, because it's not looking so great on the inside for you. I think you don't even want to share this part of you anymore. So kind of interesting. I feel like you probably live a little bit of a duplicitous life inside your own head. So you're spending a lot of time and effort trying to dress well and go to the right things and see the right people and say the right things in order to compensate for the terrible way you feel inside at the moment. And I think because it's this Mercury retrograde period, this probably even feels harsher. So maybe it's a really good time to look at what brought you here. Look in the mirror. Thank you.